Lancaster County, and now police say they've caught the burglar. It is Super Saturday, and this year it's expected to be the second busiest shopping day of 2018. And volunteers in Harrisburg are lending a helping hand to hundreds of families in need this holiday season. Right now, you are looking live at the U.S. Capitol building, which is quiet tonight. Lawmakers have gone home after not reaching an agreement that would end the partial government shutdown. Good evening, I'm Danielle Woods. The shutdown is our top story tonight at 6. NBC's Chris Pallone has the latest from Washington.
The third federal government shutdown during the Trump presidency could last at least until Thursday after members of Congress went home for Christmas without reaching a compromise.
60 votes in the Senate, majority in the House, and President Trump's signature. That's what's needed. That's what will end this regrettable episode.
Let's work together. Let's be bipartisan.
The sticking point, the president's demand for more than $5 billion to build a wall along the country's southern border. But in a tweet Saturday afternoon, Mr. Trump appeared to soften his stance a bit, calling for a steel barrier or wall. Democratic Party leaders have offered the president more than $1 billion for border security, but not to build a new wall.
So, Mr. President, President Trump, if you want to open the government, you must abandon the wall. Plain and simple.
Hundreds of thousands of government employees are stuck in the middle. About 420,000 are still working without getting paid. People like TSA agents, air traffic controllers, the Border Patrol, and the FBI. And 380,000 more are on unpaid leave.
Depending on how long it is, we may not be able to have certain things during the holidays.
Negotiations continue, but with Democrats taking over the House in just 12 days, members of Congress and federal employees are preparing for a lengthy stalemate. Chris Pallone, NBC News.
Well, during the shutdown, the post office will remain open. Social security checks will still go out. And as we just mentioned, the TSA agents will still be working at airports, but they will not be getting paid. Most of the Gettysburg National Military Park will still be accessible to visitors during the shutdown, but emergency and rescue services will be limited. There will also be no National Park Service provided visitor services, including public information, trash collection, and facilities and road maintenance. Park programs have been canceled, including winter lectures, reading adventures for families, and the Battlefield book series. The Soldiers National Cemetery, the Annex, the David Wills House, and the Eisenhower National Historic Site will all be closed. Pennsylvania's U.S. senators are reacting to the shutdown. In a statement last night, Republican Senator Pat Toomey said in part, quote, "This is a disappointing situation for all parties involved, especially for affected federal employees. However, there is a deal to be made, but as today's vote showed, it requires the White House to negotiate with the Senate Minority Leader." Democratic Senator Bob Casey also released a statement saying in part, quote, "The president said he would be proud to shut down the government, and now he's doing just that. Instead of creating chaos, President Trump should support the bipartisan funding bill that the U.S. Senate passed unanimously." Well, we will continue to follow the partial government shutdown throughout the weekend with more coverage tonight on NBC Nightly News at 6:30. Ephrata police have charged a man with last week's smash and grab burglary at the Reinhold Sunoco. Police say tips led them to 18-year-old Damian Augustine. They say he and another burglar broke into the Sunoco on East Main Street on the morning of December 16th. They got away with a large amount of vaping devices. Augustine was taken to the Lancaster County Prison, and police are still looking for the other person. Crews battled a house fire in York this morning on the 800 block of Pennsylvania Avenue just after 10:30. There were no injuries, but the cause of that fire is still under investigation. All right, now you are taking a live look outside over the Susquehanna Valley. We had a gray and blustery start to the weekend. Here's News 8 Chief Meteorologist Joe Calhoun with our first look at the forecast.
Yeah, but despite that, no real problems, Danielle, for shoppers on this busy shopping day. Still have all those clouds out there because of a northwesterly flow coming off the lakes. Even some flurries north and west of Harrisburg. Some around northern and western counties could see a flurry this evening. We'll start to see more clouds breaking as we go through the evening, but still some clouds overnight tonight. keeps us to about 30 degrees. Good news, though, the wind does die down. We start with some sun. Clouds come in tomorrow afternoon. Could be some rain or wet snow for tomorrow night. Doesn't look like it's going to amount to much, though. Brisk and kind of chilly still this evening with a lot of clouds out there. Partly cloudy, diminishing winds down near 30 overnight tonight. Clouds increase tomorrow. And again, some of that rain or wet snow comes in later tomorrow. What are the chances of a white Christmas? I'll address that coming up.
All right, thank you, Joe. This morning in Lancaster, volunteers were at Clipper Magazine Stadium bright and early to help pack dinner boxes for more than 1,200 low-income families. It was all part of the 32nd annual Lancaster County Project for the Needy holiday dinner distribution. Well, there were a lot of smiling faces today at the 6th annual All-You-Can Holiday Donation Drive event at Ava's Garden in Harrisburg.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
For the past month and a half, people have been donating toys, electronics, clothing, furniture, food, you name it. And those collected items were given to hundreds of Susquehanna Valley families during this afternoon's event. Organizers say this drive is all about spreading joy this holiday season and showing what Christmas is really all about.
I'm also a father of 5, so if I can pass that tradition on to them and let them know what the real meaning of these holidays are, if I can instill that not only in my children, the children in the community, that's a great legacy to leave behind.
The event also included caroling and games and some time with Santa, and families were treated to a Christmas dinner. In Lancaster, Star Wars fans are getting into the holiday spirit and giving back. Rumpel Brewskin's Bar on North Plum Street hosted a watch party today featuring the Star Wars Holiday Special. The event was a fundraiser for the Water Street Mission, which helps people experiencing homelessness get back on their feet.
That place it really has a special spot in my heart because they not only give you 3 hots and a cot, but they really build people up.
There you go, my friend.
And as you can see, in addition to giving back, cosplay was also welcome. Santa Darth was there for the festivities. It is the last shopping Saturday before Christmas, and this final weekend before the holiday is expected to be a bigger shopping event than in years past. Today is known as Super Saturday and is projected to be the second busiest shopping day for brick and mortar stores this year, trailing only Black Friday. According to the National Retail Federation, 134 million Americans will take advantage of Super Saturday sales. That's up from 126 million last year. Jewelry and luxury goods tend to outperform other items today. But some Americans will procrastinate a little bit longer before buying the perfect gift. The National Retail Federation says 7% of shoppers say they will still be shopping on Christmas Eve. 4% say their final gifts will not be bought until after Christmas. And many who are done shopping still plan to take advantage of post-Christmas sales in stores and online. And if you plan on doing some holiday shopping in downtown Lancaster, you are in luck. You can park for free in the city through Christmas Eve. Shoppers can get free 2-hour street parking in the downtown business district at both meters and kiosks. Bags on the meters and electronic messages displayed on the kiosks will remind you. That is the sound of the 8th annual Hallelujah Chorus Flash Mob. This group of carolers surprised shoppers at the Whole Foods in Lancaster County, spreading some Christmas cheer to an unsuspecting crowd. We talked to one of the flash mob organizers about why they do this year after year.
It's just people that love to sing, and I always tell everyone the main purpose of what we do is just to spread joy and surprise people and make them grin.
In addition to Whole Foods, the group also performed at several locations in the Lancaster area, including Central Market and the Prince Street Pop-Up Park. Coming up on WGAL News 8 at 6, one of Britain's busiest airports reopens just in time for the holidays as police question 2 suspects for criminal drone use. And as we head to break, let's take a live look outside over York. Joe has your full storm team forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes.